I think voice is not audible. Hello? Hello? Oh.
Sir, are you able to hear, sir? Good afternoon, sir. Prasad, sir.
Sir. Sir, audible, sir. Sir, good afternoon, sir. Hello? Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Hello? Hello? Sir, good afternoon. Hello? 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 Sir, am I
Good
audible?
afternoon, sir. Prasad, sir.
Sir, thank you. Sir, am I audible? Hello?
Hello, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Sir, good afternoon.
Sir, it's audible, sir.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. So 1 minute. We are actually starting the first presentation at 2:30.
Yes.
Okay. So 10 minutes. After that, I'll start introducing. Okay, sir.
Okay, sir. Can I log in to 2:30, sir?
Yeah, no
okay?
problem. Yes, sir. No problem.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Yes. Good afternoon to all the participants and the presenters of this conference. So give us a minute time so people are joining for this international conference session number 1 and the track number 1. We have a session chair today. Professor Alok Gadi. He is a professor in the BUB Institute of Technology, Hubballi, uh, a place in Karnataka. Sir is vastly experienced. He is a data scientist. He's having wide publications. He's also a consultant to many organizations, has done on the memorandum of understanding with many organizations to do the consultancies. He has published papers in renowned journals and conferences. Sir, Alok Gadi sir, we welcome you for this August function.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Now, may I request Sandeep Baku to present your paper to the audience here. Sandeep Baku. Sandeep Baku, are you audible? Dr. Seema Singh is there? Dr. Seema Singh. Jagrati Mohorana. Jagrati Mohorana. Jitnet Fentihun Salai. Now I request the participants to please start the presentations here. Sandeep Baku, Sandeep Baku, is it audible from our side? Sandeep Baku. Mr. Sandeep Baku, please start your presentation. Hello, Mrs. Sandeep Baku, please start your presentation. Mr. Sandeep Bako, please start your presentation. Mr. Sandeep Bako, please start your presentation. Sandeep Bako, please start your presentation. Good afternoon. So we are back with the out of the technical issues now. May I request Jagrati Morana, Dr. Seema Singh, Jitnet for Natan Salah, Tai Baini, and Sandeep Bako, or Dr. Mantesh Kuri. Any one of them present here can start the presentation. Hello. Madam, how- I sent it on WhatsApp here. Yeah. Hello. Sandeep Bako, can you present? Rajni madam, you can start the presentation. Rajni madam, you can start the presentation.
Sir, can you see my screen?
We can see your screen.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Sir, I'm Rajini from Government Prescribed College, Kapu, Udupi district. So this paper is, authored by Dr. Mantesh Kuri and Rajini. The paper is about the impact of asymmetric information on stock market volatility during pandemic, evidence from Indo South Africa indices. Actually, we are trying to see the relationship between India and African countries. Historically, there is a relationship between India and Africa. After independence, India became leading voice to support, because both the countries are have faced the problem from the colonialization. So after the India supported well during those period of Africa, when the Africa is facing the problems. This relationship is increased. And became strong in the economic aspects also. There is a lot of LOCs, that is lines of credit agreements between India and African countries. Like 182 LOCs as of now, we can see between India and African countries. And even the foreign countries, foreign investments, even in the FDI and the FPI, the Mauritius place in second major or the largest investor in India. Even in the during pandemic also, it reached US dollar 13.82 million. Over 11% of FPI total investments we received only from Mauritius. Okay. So there are many global cooperation issues addressed by both the countries collaboratively, because these two countries are worked with the for social developments as well. Even during the pandemic, uh, India is provided training for these health workers from African countries. Again, the even in the vaccination supply also, India has done more than 62.7 lakhs of dosage when vaccines to African countries. So particularly in this study, again this about COVID period. Particularly in this study, we focus on the relationship between in Indian stock market and the Johannesburg stock market as a major index from the African countries. So we reviewed some of the literature based, which says the relationship between India and African countries. And coming to the objectives of the study, based on the literature, we just thought of estimating the relationship between these two indices, that is Johannesburg index and the Indian index, that is BSE Sensex. So during this particularly, this study focused on the pandemic period, that is COVID-19 period, from January 2022 December 2021. The study period includes. Just wanted to see how these in this period these two developing economies were moving moving thing. Okay. This in particularly, we estimate the volatility of these two index, that is Johannesburg index and the Bombay Stock Exchange, and estimate the asymmetry information, that is how these informations in the market affects on the volatility of the indices. And further, we just see the volatility spillover between these indices, that is FTSE Johannesburg stock index and the Sensex Sensex. That means spillover in the sense, the if one event in the one particular nation, how it is influences on the other nation. The methodology part is data we collected from the closing values of FTSE Johannesburg Stock Exchange and the Sensex stock closing values. The time period, as I said, January 2022 December 2021, almost 2 years data points, that is 480 observations we covered in this present study. So the methodology we used to estimate these relationship, that is we have drawn the descriptive statistics to see the feature of the or the characteristics of the time series. Then the stationary process, as it is required by for the time series analysis, that is the area of augmented Dickey-Fuller test we have used. Then the volatility estimation we used Arch LM test for to estimate the volatility. And asymmetry information, for asymmetry information we have used the exponential generalized autoregressive conditional heteroscedasticity estimation, that is EGARCH model we have used to estimate the asymmetric volatility in these indices. And spillover effect, we have used the multivariate GARCH analysis, that is dynamic conditional correlation model we have used. The model is goes like this. This is the exponential GARCH model and DCC GARCH model. The empirical results what we are having. In the this is Johannesburg closing values, and this is BSc closing values, and this is the returns of the series. We considered the returns of the series to estimate the volatility in the series. This is Johannesburg returns, and this is Sensex returns. Coming to the descriptive statistics, yeah, we have drawn the two. See the characteristics of these two indices. How the descriptive when we drawn the descriptive statistics, and the stationarity test says that series, both the series, that is written series, are stationarity in at their level, that is the p value, significant p values we have obtained from the test. So they are, there is no unit root at the level. Then the same series has been considered for the estimation. So this is volatility clustering, that is volatility clustering on the residuals of Johannesburg Stock Exchange, and volatility clustering in the BSc census. We can observe this. Spikes. The lower spikes are followed by a lower spikes, and the higher spikes are, or the large spikes are followed by the largest spikes. It is common for both the indices. So we can say that there is a volatility clustering in the series in their movement. So we have further we have used the Arch LM test to finalize or confirm, to get the confirmation that there is a volatility in the residuals obtained from the study. Yeah. Again, the heteroscedasticity, that is Arch LM test we have seen, that is there is the null hypothesis of the Arch test says that there is no volatility in the series. So both the series are showing that the significant chi-square values, so that there is no volatility. Sorry. We are rejecting the null hypothesis in this section. That means there is a volatility, the presence of volatility we can observe in both the series. Coming to the indices and its volatility clustering, again, when we can see that when the prices are decreasing, it's almost in the somewhere in the March 2020 Johannesburg Stock Index. When prices are increasing, there is a high volatility we can observe. When prices are rising, there is a low volatility, or else we can say that almost it is a mean reverting volatility we can observe in the series. At the same time, in the Sensex also same thing we can experience. That is when the prices are decreasing, it's again the March 2020. That is almost to 23rd March 2020, because the COVID 19 lockdown, the first lockdown announcement was happened. So in that period also, there is a high volatility we can observe in the Sensex rates. So yes, this is a EGARCH estimation, that is leverage effect we can observe from the study. That is, we have estimated the ARMA 11 process to see the volatility clustering or presence of volatility in the series. So ARMA 11 shows that insignificant ARMA we can see, that is AR1 and MA1, and then the constant and all other terms are significant, both for Johannesburg Stock Index as well as Sensex. Arch is also significant, beta, that is a Garch term, also significant, and this gamma captures the asymmetric information in the market. That means the arch captures the previous volatility, the impact of previous volatility on the present or the future volatility, and Garch captures the long-term volatility, or the past volatility, long-term volatility, how these long-term volatility is affecting on the present volatility of the index. And asymmetry information, that is a gamma term, that is asymmetry information, that is how the newses are, or any good news or bad news are affecting to the index in their move. Here we can observe that, yes, arch effect we can observe that, and even the Garch effect we can observe. And one more, here in the e-Garch methodology, we use the log values, so that we can ignore the signs here, the absolute figures we can obtain here. So that the arch term and the Garch term says that the presence of volatility, as well as the how they are the indices are reacting to its own past volatility or the recent information in the market, as well as the Garch says that the past volatility in the market. And the asymmetry information says that the any information in the market is not affecting equally as how it is affecting, like the magnitude of these information is totally different, are influencing differently in the market. That is asymmetric information, having this asymmetry information effect, that is negative influence, negative news and the positive news influence in that asymmetry information is positive in both the cases, so that we can consider that the positive returns or positive values, that is good news, are affecting positively, that when the new prices are moving upward, the volatility reduces, and when the prices are prices crashed on the index, the volatility, there was a high volatility we already observed. Yeah, this is the graphical representation of asymmetry information, how it influences. We can observe here, this is a asymmetry, negative information. When there is a negative information, there is a high volatility in both the series we can experience. And when there is a positive returns, there is a constant returns we can observe. That even the investors are interested in the when it is a positive returns. When it is a negative returns, they become panic and start selling or buying behavior they will practice in the market. Yeah, next part of the study is the spillover effect. We just wanted to identify the relationship between the volatility of these indices, how they are related each other. So this is a Johannesburg stock index, and this is the BSE stock index piece. It means that we treat the moving up. If there is a so we estimated the DCC Garch model. We have estimated to identify the spillover effect between these two index. So this all the time we already explained. That is, see, this is this up to asymmetry information. That is the Johannesburg stock index, the behavior, and this is about the Sensex stock index behavior. And joint DCC alpha and joint beta represents the joint arch effect and joint Garch effect in the series. The joint alpha arch and Garch effects are says that correlation process between these two indices. This is the correlation between two indices. Actually, this is a dynamic correlation between two indices. Dynamic correlation in the sense there is no, the correlation is not constant. Correlation changes as the time changes. So the alpha term, the says the arch effect, that is a recent information in the market. How recent informations are affecting to the volatility of this index, and the beta speaks about the lingering effect, that is a long term effect, the persistence of volatility, and we can observe from these series. And the alpha plus DCC joint alpha plus joint beta, that is a joint arch term and the Garch term less than 1 is indicates the conditional correlation between Johannesburg in stock index and the BSE stock index. These there is a correlation. The study proves that there is a correlation, but these correlations are not constant. They keep changing as the time goes. So we can say that there is a spillover effect between these two indices. So this is a conditional covariance and correlation graph. So conditional covariance between Johannesburg and the BSE Sensex. This is BSE Sensex and this is a Johannesburg BSE Sensex and Johannesburg. Again, this is Johannesburg and BSE Sensex and BSE Sensex and Johannesburg. Some typo error is there. So here we can observe that the relationship between the conditional covariance between Johannesburg and Sensex and the Sensex and the Johannesburg is behaving samely. Identical behavior we can observe. This is again the volatility time period, that is March 2020. So here also we can observe that the conditional correlation also there is we can observe both are behaving same. So we can strongly say that there is a conditional correlation between these two indices, but this conditional correlation is dynamic as time considers. So in this study, we realized there is a persistence of volatility between these two indices, and they have the spillover effect in the in the long run. So particularly in the COVID time period, yes, though both the countries are couldn't escape from the COVID-19 pandemic, as other countries are faced. These two countries also faced a lot. So, so that both the countries, since there is a strong socio-economic relationship between these two countries since ages ago, so they are behaving identically in the in the economy. So both the economies are behaving identical, we can say that. And these again the positive informations are giving the positive returns in the market. It is reacting more to the positive information, and the negative informations are the market is behaving adversely to the negative information, we can say. So the of course I think yes, this is about our study, sir.
So, Alok sir, any questions?
Sir, I have a few clarifications to be asked.
Yes.
Yeah. Madam, I was just seeing your descriptive statistics. So you are
Yes, sir.
mentioning that the GSE and the BSE Sensex,
Yes,
they
sir.
behave in the same way according
Yeah.
to your graphs, your spillover
Yeah.
effects, and even volatile clustering. But
Yeah.
when we see your descriptive statistics, especially in skewness, they have come negative. Both have come.
Yes,
So
sir.
it is a negative
Yes, sir.
skewness what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Yes. 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 It is
Yes,
negatively
negative.
skewed. Yes.
Yeah. So when there is a negative skewness, how you are going to do this volatile clustering?
Generally, the financial
Skewness
time
is
series.
for
Hello.
yeah, skewness is for only seeing whether the data is normal or no. or
Yes, yes,
in
yes.
what direction we are going? And this,
Actually, generally,
how we are going to do this volatile
hello.
clustering? Can you tell me, madam?
Sir, actually, in generally, the financial or any economic series are, especially the stock market series, they are not following the normality assumption. It is a one basic requirement of the time series that must be followed the normality assumption, but generally it is not happening. So that we can think of estimating through the student t test, excluding the or excluding the normality test, because we generally see that normality assumption, but we can ignore that normality assumption. Instead we can go for any other distributions like t statistics we can consider in this particularly, since there is a volatility we estimate through the arch test and the volatility clustering. We can test the volatility in the, I mean, estimate the volatility in the time series, sir.
Okay, ma'am. The statistics I have seen, ma'am, it is very good. So one more question, ma'am. You have done the
Yes,
correlation. Why not
yes,
regression? Why you are not regression further?
sir.
So
Actually, this,
you could have
yeah,
predicted the future. Had predicted the future. No, what will happen with regression?
yes. The extensive study is, I have the, you know, predicted the data, sir. But the thing is,
Okay.
actually, I have tested for eGarch, that is saying that eGarch again is a regression. It is saying that how these news effects are asymmetry informations are affecting. Then we have estimated that spillover effect. Again, this spillover effect also, it's a regression with matrix. So we estimated this too. So it is not that just having just how this when x is influencing on y or y is influencing on x, but in that we have seen the dynamic relationship, so how it changes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes.
Nice
Thank
presentation.
you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
No, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
Yeah,
you so much, sir.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Mr. Sande Baku, you can start the presentation now. Mr. Sande Baku, please start the presentation. Please unmute your mic because it's not audible. Mr. Sande Baku. Please unmute your mic, Mr. Sande Baku. There is a mic system that is showing negative, so please make it positive there. Sandeep Baku, Mr. Sandeep Baku, we can see your presentation. There is a mic. Please unmute that. There is a mic system that is showing cross sign on that. Please click on that. Mr. Sandevaku, please unmute. Sunday Baku, please unmute your mic. We are not able to hear anything that you are talking here. So please, there is a mic. Click on that. You will unmute, and your voice will be heard. Down there are mic, video, CC, hand, screen, share screen. There is a mic button is there. Click on that. So then you can speak. Sandebaku, it's audible now.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you can hear you now. That's great. Yeah.
Okay, so can I continue?
Yeah, please continue.
Can you see my slides? Can you see my slides?
Not yet. Please go to the
Hello,
screen.
can you see my slides?
No, not yet.
All right. Okay, can I continue?
Yeah, please continue.
Hello.
Yeah, please continue.
All right. So
Please continue.
all right. So at this point here to study the importance of the meat grinder. The first economic importance of the meat grinder is creation. The meat grinder will definitely create jobs for the teeming youth of Africa, thereby reducing the rate of unemployment here in Africa. The second advantage of importance of this is the creation of new market. Since the four scientists would get involved in production of different meat products, this will help to create a new market for meat products, thereby encouraging the production of animals and also the supply of different meat products, which will also create different consumers of these items. And the other one here is the hygienic and mechanized method. This method of meat processing is hygienic and it's mechanized. It's mechanized in the sense that if you fast, it's hygienic in the sense that the meat method of processing will be neat. As I earlier said, in Africa, the method of meat processing is we are using some part of Africa, we are using the traditional method, which is not hygienic. It's not fast. So just to create a hygienic and mechanized methods of meat processing, just like it's done in other developed countries. So this other one here is it can be used in both rural and urban area. The machine can be used in area where there's no power supply and in absence of electric power outage. This machine has both manual and motorized mode of operation that it can be used anywhere at any time. The other one is meat processing and preservation. It will definitely help to process meats in different forms and also preserve the meats so that the meat can be able to maintain its quality. Then the other one is meat prevention, preventing meat wastage, which is also the same with this. It will prevent the waste of meat. It will also enhance animal farming. Since animal is the main raw material for the meat processing. It also encourages farmers and rearing of animals so that there will be available raw material for meat processing. Right. So, yeah, India has low capital meat consumption over some selected countries, as shown in this figure. From this figure, it can be seen that Ethiopia and India, they have low capital per meat over these countries stated here. Therefore, this country can make use of this machine to process meats. This will make high availability of meat, which will also increase the supply of meat. In other words, these two countries can also make investment in Africa and Nigeria, such as India. It can make some investment in Africa countries that have huge amount of meat as raw material, so that they can be able to process meat and send it to their country, which will also increase the supply of meat, thereby reducing the cost of meat in such country. Then comparing the number of cattle with respect to human population of Africa, they are 0.8 cattle per annum. Yet, meat was low availability of industry that can be used to process this meat. So if India can come into Africa, to this area that have availability of meats, and gets involved in processing of this meat, it will make this meat available for India, which will increase and enlarge the meat market. And it can also supply this meat to India, which will also increase the availability of meat in India. Most African countries import meat products from other countries and meat processing machines from developed countries. So here, African country, it imports meat products and other processed meat, Africa. So while Africa exports animals to developed country. So since Africa exports animals and import products, it means it has a problem of it has a shortage or it lacks enough meat processing industry. So therefore, this shows that there is a huge investment opportunity in Africa meat sector, which can lead to African trade with other countries. So therefore, India can come into Africa establish industry where meat can be processed so that there will be high availability of meat in India. And it also it will create jobs to Africa and it also supply meats to India. So therefore, Indian investors can utilize this entrepreneurial advantage to set meat processing industry in some African countries that have a high availability of meat as raw material. Or India can produce the aforementioned design, that is this machine, right, and supply them to Africa countries at a low price. If this is done, the following advantages can be achieved. It will create integration between India and the respective African countries, thereby creating a benefit for inter-trade relationship and partnership between respective countries. So the second one, it will create opportunity, thereby reducing the rate of unemployment in Africa. It will also create jobs for Indians here in Nigeria. The third one, it will enhance meat processing and preservation in Africa, so that this will prevent meat wastage. This will also prevent the importation of meat to Africa. This will help to provide exports of meat products to some countries of the world. The fourth one is to provide export to India and other countries, thereby creating sustainable economic growth of the respective country. If the meat is exported to India, it will also increase the economic growth of India, and it will also increase the economic growth of the respective country. The complete process of obtaining meat starts from the farm, and it includes animal handling, slaughtering process, preservation techniques, and the aim is to convert the meat into products. The figure below shows the entrepreneurial value chain for meat processing. Here is it. As the process of meat is started from the input down to the market. So this chain shows this value chains. Initially, for a production process, there was one input. And this input here, as we consider the meat. And before the meat can be slaughtered, it must start somewhere. So there must be some species, there must be some means where the meat comes. So whatever the input is being supplied by the agricultural institutions, agricultural faculties, agricultural institutions, and others. So these people, they supply the species of the animals, this animal species, other inputs, ever facilities needed for the rearing of these animals. These will also create opportunities for them. Therefore, here in Africa, the agricultural institutions, the agricultural institutions, the agricultural faculties can get involved in introducing new animal breeds, new cattle breeds that can be used for processing of animals. They will come up with this either through their researches, through their developments, they will come up with a modernized or with a better, modern, a good breed of animal that can be used. So in this case here, the Indians investors, the Indian investors can take part in the importation of animals species to African countries so that it can also be used. By so doing, income will generate for the country, and this will help the establishment of animal process production industry where they're producing animals of different species. Here, the cattle and fatting. This involves rearing of young animal cattle to the fatting to the stage that it can be slaughtered. So in this case, the agricultural institution, faculties, associations, companies, and individuals can take part of this. You can make use of this to generate incomes. You can start getting income, thereby rearing animals, rearing it, making it available for the companies, to individuals to gather it, process. In this case, African investors can take part in importing of animals, person that will be helping rearing those animals, maintaining them, and others. The importation of new animals breeds, they can also take in importing new animal breeds to this country, to some respective countries for meat processing, and the importation of livestock also of different types. So at this case, this involves the slaughtering. The slaughtering involves the cutting of animals ready for processing and others. So in this case here, they are slaughtering those places where animals are being slaughtered to create job to people in that area, it will make them self-employed, and it can be able to generate income. So in this case here, Indians can help in establishment of industry for livestock processing equipment, for establishment of meat processing industry. So here, India can play a very vital role here in this area to establish industry where meat can be processed, change, develop to different meat products, export to different parts of the country, exported to India, exported to our country. By so doing, it will generate income to India. It will serve as a means of income. It will create jobs. It will also create jobs for Indians, and it will also provide for our country. Here is meat processing, which is part of this, and here also. So after processing the meat, it's come to the marketing stage. Meat products have a wide range of markets. Wide range of market, because meat itself is a very important food item that is highly consumed, that contains protein and vitamin. So it has a high amount of consumers. So this marketing of this, it has a very wide market. Yeah. So in this case, yeah, it's school. This meat products can be taken to the schools, to the hospital, to the supermarkets, to the hotels. Here, there are huge amount of consumers that will consume this food. This will enlarge the market and make a vast market for meat products. So the other one is market product exportation to India and other countries. As you said, the meat can be transported to other countries of the world, or in India and other parts. Then African India into regional trade. Just by so doing, it will create a good interaction between India and other parts of the country. It will increase the partnership, it will increase the business collaboration and others. Then in conclusion, the utilization of this type of machine, can encourage the production of different kinds of meat products and the establishment of meat processing industry. Therefore, the utilization of this machine for producing of meat products would attract varieties of consumers, thereby creating a new market and other business opportunities in Africa. It was further shown that meat processing can create interregional trade between India and some selected African countries with higher rate of meat as a raw material for the establishment of meat industry. It is hereby recommended that food engineers and technologists should develop and come up with the different meat products that can be produced from meat, grounded meat. Entrepreneurs should develop new business models that will utilize the use of this machine for entrepreneurship in order to create jobs for the unemployed youth in the society. If this machine is utilized, hospital, nursery, and primary schools will be a good market for selling of this meat product. Thank you.
Hello. 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 Alok sir. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Any questions for Alok sir?
Can you hear me?
No, sir.
Okay.
Hello.
Sandeep, it's nice to hear from your side. So the resource person doesn't have any questions on that. Any audience having any questions on that?
Can I receive your questions?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Hello.
Yeah. Sandeep, we can hear you. Yeah, would like to tell something?
All right. I'm here. I'm with you. I'm with you.
Yeah. That is okay. You can close the presentation now. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh, uh, can I have a presentation from GateNet Frontend Salayu? Tae Baini?
Hello.
Tae Baini is there? Tae Baini? So, okay. Tae Baini, Jatinat Jagruti Moharana. Jagruti Moharana, can you start the presentation? Jagruti Moharana. Dr. Seema Singh. Dr. Seema Singh. Hello. Hello. Jagruti Madam. Seema Singh. Lieutenant Flautinan Salev. Tae Baini. Hello. We'll wait now for 1 or 2 minutes to allow the Jagruti, Zitinet or Tiny Tai to join this meeting.
ये ट्रैक 2 है. ट्रैक 2 वाला है सर. वो जो ज्योति मैम का है सर.
Hello, Jagrati, Kirchner, Taipine, anyone present here? Here? Hello. Last time I'm calling for Jagrati Maharana, Yetinet, Tae Baini, and Dr. Seema Singh. If you're online, please log into the Itasha conference and load your presentation. Thank you, no, everyone. I think no, there are some issues that I have in it. He said the network issues are there, therefore he is not able to join. Then there is no case login from this other people. So we will wind up this session here. So thank you, Alok sir, and thank you others for joining this function. Thank you. So we shall meet tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Thank you.